How you doing? Sure, my pleasure. What I can tell you is that my story in and of itself is a webinar in itself, and there's really not ample time here left. I think we only have about 5 minutes to wrap this up. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
So,
okay. You can go a few minutes over. That's fine.
well, I mean, what I want to just kind of summarize what we've seen here is these kinds of stories are what have been driving this opportunity from its inception back in 2006, 2007 area. And in my case, I've been able to build a very successful long-term business that's running 9 years strong now and growing. And
Wow.
it's all based on the incredible results that not only I have experienced,
Hmm.
but that we're hearing from person after person, as we heard so far from the three people here that share their testimonials with us. What we have here truly is a phenomenon. We have a company that's delivering the world's most scientifically advanced products out of the most advanced nutritional manufacturing facility of its kind on the planet. And these are products that deliver results that are above and beyond anything we've ever seen before from nutrition. I
Yeah.
know that myself because I battled heart disease for 32 years, trying every nutritional product under the sun without any positive benefits as verified by medical blood tests. And it wasn't until I got on Sisel's Eternity back in 2009 when I was literally knocking on the door, knocking on death's door. I had undergone 4 angioplasties, had 6 stents in my heart, and these procedures were getting closer and closer over the 12 years prior to Sisel. And guess what? All of those stent implants came to a dead stop the moment I got on Eternity. After just 6 weeks on it, the doctors were so amazed with how low my cholesterol and triglycerides level had dropped. They had dropped to the lowest levels in my, at that time, 32-year recorded medical history. I was 58 back then.
Wow.
And
How much were you taking?
I was only taking, the original Eternity was only a 500 milliliter bottle, and the dose was a half ounce. Now
Yeah.
the new product is 3/4 of an ounce out of a 750 milliliter bottle. So I was only taking the standard dose at that time, a half ounce. But the important thing is that you have to take that like the newer product. You take it in one tiny sip at a time, swizzle the sip around in your mouth and swallow. Then take the next one. Take it in slowly. I call it
Mhm.
sip, swizzle, and swallow. And with the 3/4 ounce serving, which I recommend you get a calibrated shot glass to accurately measure it out. It's also 3 capfuls. A capful on the bottle is 1/4 of an ounce on all the Triangle products. So you do 3 capfuls into a small juice glass, you've got 3/4 of an ounce. Take that amount down as very tiny sips. I counted. You can get 21 sips if you take small enough sips. So each morning,
Wow.
I do my 21 gun salute with my 21 tiny sips, sip, swizzle, and swallow one at a
Really?
time. And that gets maximum absorption into, you're going to get about 80% of it right through the tissues of your mouth. You swallow the 20% that doesn't get absorbed, and you just do this until you finish it, and then fill it up with water at least 2 to 3 times and drink it down. You want 2 to 3 water chasers, and that's going to get this product into your body, and you're going to get the most potent and effective resveratrol product on the market that's going to deliver high potency resveratrol in a form that can be utilized by the cells of the body and on
Wow.
a cellular level because of the nanosizing and solution.
Mm.
And the net result is that working with my doctors, I was able to work out a plan. They didn't believe my first blood test result. They thought the results were too good to be true. They couldn't believe that all of a sudden, over 32 years of medical blood tests, all of a sudden I come up with the lowest cholesterol and triglycerides. I lower than what they could get on the medication. Of course,
Wow.
none of the other nutritional products I tried over those 32 years did anything to lower those levels. But here I am showing up with the lowest levels they've ever seen in 32 years. And they said, well, let's see what it looks like when you come back 4 months later for your next blood test. When I repeated the same results with the cholesterol and triglycerides lower than they've ever seen in my 32-year history at that time, I was able to get them to work out a plan, a 12-month plan to get gradually weaned off the medication and to make what they characterize in their own words as a spectacular recovery from heart disease. I'm now off all the medication. And for a guy who, after 6 stents, couldn't walk more than 2 miles an hour and who was knocking at death's door and didn't think I would live to see my sons graduate from college at age 58, now at age 67, I can run 5 to 10 miles an hour on a treadmill with no problem. I'm in a great state of health. And thanks to Sisel, I was able to just recently attend my oldest son's wedding just this past month. I lived to see something I never thought I'd live to see, thanks to Tom Maurer and Sisel International. That's how tremendous of a result I've had with this company.
That is absolutely awesome. And so, with the product that you're taking, Eternity, you said swishing it in your mouth and holding it and doing it very slowly. How much of a difference do you personally think it makes doing that versus just taking it and shotting it quite quickly to, I guess, your overall results?
According to Tom Maurer, taking it in slowly like that increases absorption into the body by as much as 400%. So the results are that much better. So if you're not getting the kind of results you expect from Eternity, try taking it in very slowly, one tiny sip at a time, sip, swizzle, and swallow each sip. And then the slower you take it in, the longer you take to take it down, the greater the absorption you're going to get into your body and the better results. Of course, since then, I've also added other products like the Fucoidan, which dropped my PSA score from 3.9 all the way down to 1.9, to the amazement of my doctors, because they never seen anything that can lower PSA score in men. The dental products got rid of my gum disease that I was battling with for years. And the age pill, it enabled me to break what I call the 160-pound barrier. You see, I lost about 20 pounds over my 9 years with Sisel, but try as hard as I could on the exercise mill and, on the treadmill and whatnot, I couldn't get back under 160 pounds. Little did I know that was lipofuscin and glycation built up in my body. Guess what? After 2 months in the age pill, and folks, you got to exercise to really get the full results. You can't just take it and sit on the couch and eat potato chips. You got to get on that treadmill, go for that walk, do that cardiovascular workout, right? Get that, get the exercise in. But after 2 months, I lost the 10 pounds I couldn't lose for like the last, 30 years. And I'm back now at age 67. I'm back to the weight I was back in my 20s. I'm back to 150 pounds. And when you get rid of all that gunk, that cellular garbage that builds up in your body, you notice some amazing things. First of all, I feel like someone took a 10-pound sack of potatoes off my shoulder. I'm lighter on my feet without the weight. And because you're flushing the garbage out of the cells, your brain works better. Your heart works better. My eyesight has improved so dramatically that just last month, on a fundus eye scan test that was performed by my eye doctor, and he's the same doctor who did the last test I had 5 years ago, where they take a high-resolution picture of the inside of your eyes, and they can gather all this medical information about your health. They can tell not only if you have glaucoma and and other eye abnormalities, like macular degeneration and cataracts, but they can also tell by this scan if you have high blood pressure, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, even diabetes. And when he looked at my first scan 5 years ago, he was amazed. He said to me, "How old are you?" And back then I was 62. He goes, "I'm looking at the eyes of a 30-year-old, 20-year-old. You look at perfect health." I told him on this recent visit, I've been on this age pill for a year now, and I want to see if the age pill has made a difference. So he said to me, "All right, let's see." And he told me in his own words, he goes, "I have to tell you, I am impressed." He said, "I see no aging here." He brought the scan results from 5 years ago and put them side by side on the screen with the current scans. And he said, "Look, they look identical. There's no aging here. I've never seen this before. He says, "This is very impressive." And my eyeglasses, which I took off because they were, causing reflection here on the screen, didn't need to be changed. He said, "You can use the same prescription that I gave to you 5 years ago because your eyes haven't aged like everyone else normally does." He says, "We can keep the same eyeglasses, your eyesight. In fact, you're seeing better now with this prescription than you were 5 years ago. And that prescription he gave me 5 years ago, he told me he was giving me a much weaker prescription that he normally gave to people of that age, 62. So now I have positive medical confirmation that the age pill has for sure helped, reverse aging, because I have no aging in my eyes, and the indicators of my overall health are spectacular. There's medically documented proof of how incredible this product is. And all I can say at this point, I want to sum it up by saying that degenerative aging is a treatable and reversible condition now, thanks to the age pill. As you get old, you don't have to rot and fall apart now. You can rebuild the cells. You can rebuild the stem cells so that the stem cells, instead of being, all decrepit and with age, you got healthy stem cells replacing the current cells. And you're going to notice over time that you start to look younger, you feel younger. And boy, you should have seen me on a dance floor at my son's wedding. I was out dancing everyone. No one could keep up with my foot, my footstep. I could literally dance down the floor, and I had someone take a video of me, and they actually could see when they paused it, I was airborne several points where both my feet off the ground as I'm dancing. That's the kind of energy I have with the age pill and with these great products from Sisel. I highly recommend everyone Give it a try. You'll be very impressed with the results.
Fantastic. Well, what a brilliant testimonial. It's just really heartwarming to hear your story, especially because, you know, there's many people out there with heart conditions and issues, and they feel like, you know, it's a downward spiral, and you're living proof that you can really turn it around.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Degenerative aging is not something that you have to live with. It's something that you can combat and you can overcome with the age pill and all the other great supportive products that make this age pill work like nothing you've ever seen before. It truly is amazing. And I will say that based on this, those entrepreneurs out there, you can definitely build a very solid long-term residual income with these incredible products like I've been doing for the last 5 years. I'm sorry, last 9 years.
Fantastic. And just one last question. You said you do exercise, and that's helped tremendously because that helps to, I guess, accelerate the effects of the age pill because you're turning over new cells because you're exercising. What sort of exercise do you do, just for those watching?
My favorite #1 exercise is working out on the treadmill. I do a 37-minute workout, 5-minute warm up. Then I do a nice good run where I start out and gradually build speed. I do a 3-minute, 3.5-minute burst during that. Then I come back. My average speed is about 2.8 miles an hour. Incredible for a guy who couldn't walk more than 2 miles an hour 9 years ago before the Sisel. And then I do a 5-mile-an-hour burst toward the end. And then I do a long cool down. So about 35 to 37 minutes, an average speed of about 2.9 miles an hour. But you really got to get out there. I found that regular walking is good, but you have to do the elevated cardiovascular workout to really get that flushing action of the age pill to be optimized. And that's when I saw the pounds coming off. Because I started out just walking around the lake with my wife, and I was getting so results. But when I went back to my treadmill workouts, which, by the way, I take my 4 Restore before the treadmill workouts, and then I take the Sizzle Rip afterwards. And I tell you, I mean, I take that 4 Restore and a glass of water, and I get on that treadmill, I could smell the rubber burning. I mean, I have such an incredible workout. And the endorphin that your body generates when you exercise that gives you this natural, really good high, this good feeling, it's maximized. I get off the treadmill, I feel like the happiest guy in the world. So incredible. And then I have my Sizzle Rip right after that, and I take the rest of my supplements. And I tell you, what an incredible workout experience you can have when you incorporate 4 Restore before you work out and Sizzle Ripped afterwards, and then throw in the good things like the age pill. Well, I actually take 3 capsules of the age pill and 4 capsules of 4 Restore before I get on the treadmill. And then after, while drinking down my Sizzle Rip, I'll take my Brain Vitality, and I'll take my Renovator, and I'll take my some of the other products like the Super Omega Plus. Okay, and I also take the Energy for Him. That's a great product. And I take the Vital Vision just to help, with the eye health. And of course, I take the TSX as well. I'm only taking 1 capsule a day right now, and I'm looking to boost that up and increase that. But so far, I'm doing absolutely spectacular with the products. Incorporate these products into your workout along with the age pill, and you're just going to be amazed at how great you're going to look and feel. Just give it a try. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You will be impressed.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you for being on the webinar today. And thanks, Randy, for joining us too. For everyone who's on watching.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. We're going to leave it there. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.